Hey everybody, it's Glenn. Let me get some TV Royale going as I want to talk about today's video, which is getting to the 6,000 trophy mark. I talked about it. I broke down the game that got me to 6,000 trophies a while back. It was just an unbelievable feeling to finally reach that milestone. It is rare territory, especially with the lineup that I play and just kind of the journey that I took to get there. So I know a lot of people are trying to get there as well. You could be a couple of wins away. You could be far off. You could be just starting, and you're thinking, okay, what is the mountain? For me. So for me, it was to get to 6,000 trophies. That was a goal that I've had since the start of 2019, and I finally achieved it. Took a little bit more than a year to finally get there through grinding and all that stuff. So actually, yeah, let me pull TV out right now as we go through this. So what I did was I wrote down 5 things in how I reached 6,000 trophies. There was a lot of games I played, but I think these 5 things that I'm going to talk about here will help you if you are wanting to get to at least 6,000 trophies and beyond. So let's just get to them. The first thing for me, and a lot of pros talk about this, and I agree with them, because it could be the most important thing, but it definitely is an important thing. The first thing is find one lineup and stick with it. Play the same deck, because you will understand exactly what you can and can't do with your lineup. So find one lineup and stick with it. I know it's cool, especially with the seasons and all the monthly changes, that it's cool to say, okay, let's just do this for this month, or let's use this card. I know a lot of people are now using Goblin Hut because of its timer, and it spawns 3 spear goblins at the end when they had never used a building before. So what you should do through the good and bad is to play the same deck and find, whoa, they just completely whiffed on that rocket. That was something else. Okay, so anyways, let me get back to this. First thing is to play this same deck. Find one lineup and just stick with it. And then you'll understand exactly what you can and can't do against opponents. Even if you switch one card, and I'll mention this with my lineup, I played my main lineup. If you've watched my past videos, I played that main lineup for almost 2 years now, and I've made really just one general switch, which was to put in Goblin Cage instead of Tombstone. And even that one small change, and you would think, like, okay, it can't be that huge of a change, but it is a big change, because it takes the elixir count from 4.0 to 4.1, and that now they hit the rocket on there. And you have to learn exactly how Goblin Cage works with every card. So just even changing one card changes everything about how I played that lineup. And I eventually switched back to Tombstone, and I found that was better for me in the long run. So number 1, play with the same. Find one lineup, play with it as much as you can. So actually, let me go to the lineup so you can see. It had Goblin Cage previously, and then I switched it back to Tombstone. So this is the lineup that I've been using for almost 2 years now, and I think this has helped me move up the ranks, because I just know exactly what I can do when I can do it with every specific card in this lineup. And it's not the type of lineup that you would see, and I'm going to get to that in a moment here, where it's kind of like this: the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. It's not like, I have Hog Rider and I'll just run Hog Rider, all this, or I have Mega Knight, or I have Golem that I can just like walk it down, or all that type of stuff. It is really it's really unique in that I know exactly what I can do and can't do with this lineup at certain times during a game. All right, let me run some more tutorial here as I go through this. Okay, so let's get to number 2 here. Number 2, and this will lead you back to number 1. Number 2 is find the style that works for you. So for me, when I first started playing Clash Royale way back in 2016, I started with the popular cards. You know, it was really just there were really, I think, 5 or 6 popular cards, and I used pretty much the same, like 2 of the 3 popular cards that everybody used. I used Witch and Musketeer, and then Mini P.E.K.K.A. was my win condition for a while because I would just like stun people. They would just, I would just play enough defense, and the Mini P.E.K.K.A. would run to the tower and just like do damage all day. Now, today you can't get away with that. That's impossible. But there was no style there. It was just kind of using the popular cards and then figuring out a way to get Mini P.E.K.K.A. to the tower. Then, as I started learning the game and understanding, okay, this is what I can and can't do, then I started saying, okay, let me put in Expo and then build a team around it. So ended up being Ice Wizard and E-Wiz with guards. That doesn't sound really fantastic, and really, again, there was no style there. But it was just kind of, okay, I'll go with what I have and I'll figure it out. Then we get into this third iteration of me playing the game, which is the current iteration, and that was a full-on defense, a structured defense with spawners, buildings, mortar, defense. I know, like I said, with my lineup, I know exactly what I can and can't do when it happens. So you have to find that style that works for you. So you could be a, I would say, fast golem user, or you could be a very cautious hog rider user, but you got to find that style that works for you. So that's number 2. Okay, number 3, and I'll probably wait until this game is done. Yeah, let me just wait until this game is done, because the skeleton mode is really scary now. I mean, it's just, it's really good. So let's see what Sparky can do here on the right side. They have Goblin Giant. They play Mortar. I don't think that's going to help. Oh, okay. All right. So they play Goblin King right at the right time. Is Minnie going to get in the way? Okay. Yep. Okay. Oh, yeah. They couldn't stop Sparky. So, all right. So, okay, let me go close out of here. So let me get to the next point here, because I think this really helped me get to 6,000 trophies and get to that next level of playing Clash Royale and really deeply understanding the game. So number 3 is, I just have it written down as analytics program. Look at your stats. Now you can look at stats through, there's several sites out there. There's Royal API, there's Stats Royale. I'm not sure if Deck Shop Pro is a stats-based thing, but they do have lineups that you can use. I think they show different usage rates, so you can see if your lineup has been used by others. I know for sure my lineup is it's a unicorn, so I really doubt if anybody else has used it. But let me click over to what I have here. So you're going to see my module here, but let me just go here. But so this is in Power BI. So this is my stats. I curated this through Royal API's program, and I can see exactly what I faced, when I faced it, what I've been using. Kind of or I have the last game played here, what my opponent did. Now some of this stuff it a lot of the stuff is in Royal API and Clash Royale, but for me, in terms of what I want to see, this is how I like it organized. So I can see, like, I've been 3 and 4 in my last ranked games. The last 25 games I've played 7 ranked games. I'm 3 and 4. So what have my opponents used? Okay, they've used Zap, they've used Miner, they've used Mini P.E.K.K.A, Poison, and Arrows. So this helps me understand exactly, okay, what am I facing, and do I have to adjust to how I play? Like, okay, Zap, I know I can't really do anything about that, but I could probably save. I could probably bait out Spirit Goblins to get them to use Zap in one situation so that they don't have it for another situation. Miner, okay, I have to figure out how to defend against Miner. Mini, I have to figure out how to defend against Mini. Poison, I really can't do anything about it, so I'm going to have to understand, okay, what buildings do I want to be a victim of poison? Arrows. So understanding, looking at your stats is a huge thing in terms of playing Clash Royale, and I recommend everybody go into one of the stat sites out there and just look over your stats and understand exactly what is going on when you are playing. Knowing your stats will help you get to the next level. That's what helped me go from getting stuck right at legendary all the way up to 6,000 trophies. Just continuously looking at your stats will help you go up, and you'll know exactly what you're facing and what you can do. Because maybe it could be that, okay, you have Miner here. Okay, is it ideal to change something in your lineup? And I know I said even switching one card will change the whole way you play about a lineup, but do you have to switch a card because you're facing a certain card in your opponent's buy, wins and losses? So, like, even if I change this to a loss here, so I'll know that, okay, in the losses I faced Arrows, Bats, Mega Knight, Night Witch, Poison, Zap. So I have to figure out how to get past this. That's the one thing about looking at my stats, is I know exactly what I have to deal with going forward. So look at your stats. That's huge here. So okay, so that's number 2. Let's go back here and let's get another TV Royale game going. All right, so I mean that's actually number 3. So we have a top 50 match, top 10. Okay. All right, number 4, and a lot of pros talk about this as well. Play consistently. Now, we're not talking about playing on a pro level where you're playing 8 hours and you're trying to get sponsored by esports team and all that stuff. But really, it is about getting reps in. If you can play on a consistent level, you're going to understand, it's going to register more inside your memory, because you're going to get those reps in. I mean, I've played, wow, that's okay. So that's how you defend against Skeleton Barrel right there. You just drop a Mega Knight right on the skeleton. Whew, that was huge. Okay, the Inferno Dragon's gonna get rid of Mini there. Oh, this is gonna be really, really, really bad. Okay, all right. So yeah, playing consistently just is huge, because you get those reps in. Now, we're not talking about playing 8 hours. We're not talking about playing all day, all night. When you sleep, when you wake up. I mean, when you wake up, you play, and then you eat, and then you play more, and then you don't do anything but play. No. But playing, like, I'll play probably an hour a day of ranked or challenges just to get an understanding of what is going on. We are seeing a lot more Mega Knights recently, especially with this new change. But yeah, playing consistently definitely helps. All right, and then the last one. This is a little bit trickier because it goes back into playing consistently. But if you understand this, you're gonna get a big advantage. And the last thing is, get an idea of what you're going to face based on where you are in your King Tower level, in your in the arena. So if you're, let's say, level 10, there is a chance you might face an overpowered card. Like you might face a level 13 Hog Rider. If you're level 11, it might be the same thing. You might face a level 13 Hog Rider. If you're level 13 or King Tower 13, you may face structured lineups. Like this is a structured lineup that that Dam is using. That's a structured lineup where it's Lumberjack and Balloon with Baby Dragon. If you're in level 13, then you're going to be facing a lot of structured lineups, and you have to know that going ahead of time. And then when you're playing the games, you have to say, okay, especially in the beginning, you're saying, okay, they played this, so it's likely that my opponent has this. So anybody who's played like an Expo lineup, oh, you know what? Okay, let me see if there's a. This is a good example here. Let me see if there's an Expo lineup. Everybody's running Mega Knight Miner. Whew. Everybody's running Mega Knight Miner. Let me see if there's an Expo. I want to see if there's an Expo lineup. Hog Rider. Okay, well, is that a 2.6? If there's a 2.6, I'll try that one as well. Because this is a good example here. If you can guess what your opponent's cards are when you're playing the game, then you'll know exactly what you need to do in order to defend them and then go after their tower. 2.6 is not really popular in... Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so this is log bait. Okay, so we have a log bait one. This is good. This is a good example here. So we have log bait by Hard Counter here, the last game. So I'm going to walk through this game, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about in the beginning here. And I think I've talked about this in previous games, where if you know what cards your opponent's playing, it definitely helps. So we have, okay, Hard Counter's at the top. Okay, so we're going to be watching Hard Counter, who's at the top here. And I'll get an idea of what I'm talking about here. So they run Ice Spear in the beginning. So when I talk about getting an idea of what you're going to face based on what you based on where you are, okay, so his opponent knows that you're going to be facing nothing but max level cards. That's fine. Okay, what do they have? Ice. Okay, so they run Ice Spirit. So in their mind of structured lineups, because this is level 13, they're thinking, okay, Ice Spirit could mean one thing. It could mean a 2.6 deck. It could be log bait. It could be Expo. So you've already now. It could be that there's a bunch of different lineups you could play with Ice Spirit, but at this level, it's likely that it's going to be one of those three lineups. Just by playing that one card, you already know exactly what 8 cards are going to be in their lineup. So they play log next, and now you're thinking, okay, it could still be one of those three lineups. It could be 2.6 Hog, it could be log bait, it could be Expo. Just by playing those 2 cards, you still haven't seen exactly all those cards that have been played at that moment, but in your head, just by understanding what card they initially played, you have an idea of what's coming. And then as they play more cards, you can kind of get the answer to what it's going to be. They play Princess, and then now for sure it's okay. It's not Expo, because nobody. I shouldn't say nobody, but it's very tough to run Princess with Expo. And is it 2.6? Unlikely, because in a 2.6 deck, you want a beefy character to support Hog, and Princess is not that. So now, with 3 cards played, Pooh has to know now that they're playing log bait, or I think they call it spell traps in the game. So now we don't have to really pause the rest of the way, because we know exactly that they have Barrel, and he didn't have Hog in this situation, so he had to bring out Musketeer. Princess is going to evaporate Musketeer. And so they haven't played the full lineup, and you already know exactly what they have. So that's what I talk about when I say get an idea of what you're going to face based on where you are. And if you can guess their cards even before they played all of them, you're at a major advantage. So log bait is very popular at the top level. And you've probably played it even on even if you just got the legendary, you might have played it. So yeah. So just to recap here, as we get to the end here, the 5 tips that help me get to 6,000 trophies, which I think will help you get to 6,000 trophies as well. Number 1, play the same deck, and find one deck and just stick with it. Number 2, find a style that works for you. Whether if you are a defensive player, come up with a defensive lineup and stick with that defensive style. Number 3, look at your stats. You can build your own stats program, or you can go to Royal API, you can go to Clash Royale, you can go to Deck Shop Pro, you can go to any of the stats sites out there. You can, I think, Clash Royale even offers the game's API, so you can build something yourself. So look at your stats. Your stats will definitely help. People still do that with Rocket Barrel at the same time. I can't believe that. That's pretty amazing. Oh, that right tower's gone. Oh boy. And those hogs are healthy. Okay, wow. All right, number 4, playing consistently. You can play every day. It's good. You don't have to play 8 hours, but playing consistently definitely helps. Oh, they got down the left tower there. Hard counter got it. Okay, so they're tied. All right, and then the last one is get an idea of what you're going to face based on where you are. If you know you're going to face a lot of Hog Rider players based on where you are in the arenas, then be prepared to battle against those. When you're in games, try to get an idea of what your opponent has, even if they've only played 1 card or 2 cards. So I'm hoping those. Ooh, that log missed. That log missed. And now they got 2 princesses on the right side. Oh, he said, oops. The musketeer's going to have to take care of him. Okay. So I'm hoping that these tips help. It was a major milestone to get to 6,000. I mean, these players are well over 6,000. So I'm hoping, yeah, like I said, I'm hoping these tips help you get there. And if they do, leave a comment, drop a line, let me know. Let me know that it did help you get there. You got a mini on the left. That's gonna be. Oh no! Well, if they use rocket, then they're gone. Oh, wow! 3 rockets on the left side. And they saved that log for the back. It's really good. Okay. Oh, they cycled so fast with barrel. Our counter should be able to get this, but we'll see. Got a mini on the left. Nope. Okay. Ice Golem. Anytime Ice Golem gets damage on the towers, it's pretty funny. No. Okay. Can you imagine if those 4 rockets were used on the right tower there by hard counter? Game would probably be over. But then again, the trade-off would be the pigs or hogs would have gone on the tower. So yeah. Like I said, if these tips help you, drop a line. Let me know. Ooh, Pooh wins. Well, so yeah, that was a game. So, like I said, hopefully these tips help you. If they do, drop a line, let me know. I'll just end it here. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the like button wherever you're watching this, and I'll see you in the next video.